Hey everyone! Welcome back to ZoomInData. And this is episode 32 of our KQL Concepts Deep Dive series. Today we are diving deeper into advanced time series techniques, forecasting future values, detailed decomposition of trends and seasonality, and trend analysis patterns. We are keeping everything pure concepts and interview focused. If you missed episode 31 on advanced joins and lookup patterns, it's worth a quick review. Let's get started. Here is our roadmap for today. Forecasting uses functions like series_fit_line and series_decompose_forecast to predict future values based on historical patterns. We will go deeper into decomposition, breaking series into trend, seasonal, and residual components. Trend analysis with series_fit_poly, linear versus polynomial fits for different behaviors. Advanced patterns combine anomaly detection with forecasting, baseline comparison, and predictive alerting. Use cases include capacity planning, forecasting resource needs, predictive alerts on deviations, baseline versus actual comparison. The philosophy is clear. Decompose to understand the components, forecast to predict, then act on deviations. This episode builds on episode 30. Let's go advanced. Forecasting basics start with simple and go sophisticated. Series_fit_line does linear regression on the series, fits a straight trend line and extrapolates forward, great for steady growth or decline patterns. Series_decompose_forecast is more powerful, decomposes into trend plus seasonal plus residual, forecasts the trend and seasonal parts, then recombines with confidence bands. You control forecast horizon, how far ahead, seasonal window size, and confidence level. Output is your original series extended with predicted values and upper/lower bounds. Use forecasting for capacity planning, predict when disk or CPU will hit 90%, traffic forecasting, or proactive scaling alerts. It's not crystal ball magic, but when patterns are stable, it gives reliable short to medium-term predictions with uncertainty bands. Decomposition deep dive. Series_decompose breaks any regular time series into three main components. Trend captures the long-term direction, upward growth, downward decline, or flat, often a linear or polynomial fit. Seasonal captures repeating cycles, daily peaks, weekly patterns, holiday effects. Residual is what's left, random noise plus any anomalies that don't fit the predictable trend and seasonality. The real power is in the residual. Large deviations from zero indicate anomalies. Use decomposition before anomaly detection. Remove predictable patterns first so you catch true outliers. Combine with forecasting. Decompose historical data, forecast trend plus seasonal, add uncertainty to residual. Gives full predictive view with confidence. This breakdown turns black box series into understandable, explainable components, essential for root cause and prediction. Look at these stacked layers. This is exactly how decomposition unlocks deep understanding of time series in KQL. At the top, your original series, the raw, wiggly line with all the ups, downs, and noise. Break it down. Trend, smooth, long-term direction, the overall rise or fall. Seasonal, repeating wavy cycle underneath, capturing daily, weekly, or yearly patterns. Residual, bottom layer, just random noise and anomalies bouncing around zero after everything predictable is removed. The bottom text says it all. Decompose first to separate these pieces, Then forecast trend plus seasonal forward. Predict future values with confidence bounds on the residual. Why this matters? Anomalies hide in the residual. Once you strip away trend and seasonality, spikes stand out clearly. Forecasting becomes reliable. You predict the predictable parts and add uncertainty only where noise lives. This breakdown turns a messy black box series into explainable components. Trend for growth, seasonal for cycles, residual for surprises. Decompose right-pointing arrow forecast right-pointing arrow act. That's advanced time series power for monitoring, capacity planning, and predictive alerts. Trend analysis goes beyond simple lines. Series_fit_line fits a straight linear trend, gives you slope, growth rate per time unit, intercept, and R-squared fit quality, simple and highly interpretable. Series_fit_poly lets you fit higher degree polynomials, quadratic for acceleration, cubic for inflection points, captures nonlinear behaviors like exponential growth slowing down. Choose linear when change is roughly constant, steady traffic increase, polynomial when you see curvature, accelerating usage, saturation. Use trend fits standalone for growth rate reporting or combined with decomposition for full understanding, trend plus seasonal plus residual. These fits help answer, is growth accelerating? When will we hit capacity? Is this slowdown seasonal or real? Critical for capacity planning and performance analysis. Advanced patterns tie it all together. Pattern 1. Baseline versus actual. Decompose historical data to get trend plus seasonal baseline, forecast forward, then compare actuals against predicted baseline. Large deviations trigger investigation. Pattern 2. Predictive alerting. Forecast future values with confidence bands. Alert when actuals breach upper bound. Proactive instead of reactive. Pattern 3. Capacity forecasting. Fit trend to resource usage. Extrapolate to find when it hits 90% threshold. Plan upgrades ahead. Best practice. Always regularize first with make series and fill. Interpolate. Decomposition and forecast need clean, dense series. Pitfall. Forecasting on noisy or gappy data. Predictions become unreliable or overly confident. Follow the full pipeline. Filter next, regularize next, decompose then forecast next, act. These patterns turn historical time series into forward-looking intelligence, core to modern observability. Take a look at this clean flow. It's the production-grade pattern for turning historical time series into forward-looking alerts and capacity forecasts. Start with raw series, messy, irregular timestamps and values. First, make series plus fill. Regularize into even buckets and close gaps so everything is dense and continuous. Next, decompose. Break it down into trend, long-term direction, seasonal, repeating cycles, and residual, noise plus anomalies. Then, forecast baseline. Extend the trend and seasonal components forward to predict what normal should look like, with confidence bounds. Now the magic branches. Compare actual versus predicted. Any big deviation from the baseline triggers a deviation alert, proactive anomaly detection. Or extrapolate to threshold. Keep forecasting until the predicted line hits your capacity limit, e.g., 90% CPU. Tells you exactly when to scale up. This pipeline is incredibly powerful. Decompose to understand patterns, forecast to predict normal, then alert on surprises or thresholds. It powers predictive alerting, capacity planning, and baseline deviation monitoring, turning reactive firefighting into proactive intelligence. Regularize first, decompose deeply, forecast smartly, and your time series becomes truly actionable. Why does this topic matter in interviews? Advanced time series is a high-value topic for observability and SRE interviews. Common questions include: how do you forecast capacity from metrics? Explain how series_decompose_forecast works. What is the baseline versus actual pattern for alerting? Understanding decomposition into trend, seasonal, residual and forecasting with confidence shows deep analytics skill. It's critical for monitoring, capacity planning, and predictive alerting roles. Explaining full patterns: regularize right pointing arrow, decompose right pointing arrow, forecast right pointing arrow, alert on deviations, demonstrates end-to-end production thinking. If you can walk through, I decompose historical usage, forecast trend, alert when actual exceeds upper bound, you prove you build proactive, scalable monitoring systems. To wrap up, forecasting uses series_fit_line for simple linear extrapolation and series_decompose_forecast for trend plus seasonal prediction with bands. Decomposition breaks series into trend, seasonal, and residual, foundation for understanding and predicting. Trend analysis chooses linear for steady change or polynomial for acceleration, curves. Advanced patterns include baseline versus actual deviation, predictive alerting on bound breaches, capacity threshold extrapolation. The full pipeline: regularize with make series and fill next, decompose then forecast next, act on deviations or predictions. Master these, and you turn historical telemetry into forward-looking, proactive intelligence, essential for production monitoring and capacity management. That's episode 32 done. Thanks for spending time with me on ZoomInData. Next in episode 33, KQL best practices and anti-patterns, we will explore performance tuning, maintainable query design, and common mistakes to avoid. Homework to lock this in: explain to someone or out loud, how does series_decompose_forecast work? Think of a metric, e.g., CPU usage, where predictive alerting would be valuable. Answer this one: why decompose a series before forecasting? If this helped, like the video, share it with anyone prepping for Azure interviews, subscribe for episode 33, and drop a comment with your biggest takeaway today. Thank you so much for watching ZoomInData. See you next time. Keep zooming in on those concepts. Bye for now.